This week, as 2016 comes to a close, I thought it would be cool to run through my top 10 favorite films of the year. It was really hard making this list. We had a bunch of big budget flops that I thought could have been awesome, and we had a bunch of smaller films that flew way below people's radar. So it was really hard deciding which I wanted to be on the list and which I didn't. However, before we do that, I just want to take a moment of silence for the death of Carrie Fisher. So I'd like to quickly take a moment of silence for her, and then we'll dive right into the top 10 list. So with that, I'm just going to mention a few things to keep in mind as we run through this list. Keep in mind, these are just my personal favorite films of the year. Maybe they didn't have the best Rotten Tomatoes score, the best critic reviews, but they were my favorites, and especially the top film on this list, my number one favorite of 2016, it's based on how the film made me feel and just what it made me think and just all these different things. There's a bunch of different factors that go into it. So just because I say it was my favorite of the year doesn't necessarily mean it had the best reviews overall, but it was just my personal favorite. They brought out an emotion to me, they taught me something new, they did what film does best. In case you're wondering, here's a list of all the movies that I saw this year. I saw basically everything that I wanted to see. I didn't see every movie that came out, but this is the list of everything that I saw, and so I'll be pulling from those to pick my top 10. And rank my top 10 movies of 2016. Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. Come on, you knew this was going to be on. I love Star Wars, and any film that connects directly to the original, I'm in. Although it's got significant issues, overall, I enjoyed it a lot, and as a Star Wars fan, I thought it was awesome. 10 Cloverfield Lane. This film had an incredible sense of isolation, and its small scale helped sell the horror thriller aspects of it, and it was awesome. It was intense the entire way through, and it kept me on the edge of my seat the whole runtime. It was made that much better just by the great performances in it, and Dan Trachtenberg is definitely a director to keep an eye on. Sing Street is a love letter to anyone who grew up with a brother. This film is a fantastic, feel-good musical that had me grinning ear to ear the entire way through. If you haven't seen it, I strongly recommend it. It's awesome. Hacksaw Ridge. Hacksaw Ridge is a gritty, real, and just gut-wrenching depiction of war. The film explores the morality of war and the absolute just horrific violence that happens anytime two countries go to war. Mel Gibson's return to the directing chair is a masterpiece. La La Land. La La Land is an absolute blast. Even if you don't like musicals, don't let that stop you from seeing this incredible movie. It's electric and it's just so much fun. Damien Chazelle proved once again that he's an awesome talent to keep an eye on. And the message of the film encourages anybody with dreams to charge through obstacles and not let anything get in your way. The Nice Guys. The Nice Guys is incredibly hilarious. It has awesome action set pieces and a really cool 70s vibe that keeps the aesthetic of the film just as intriguing as the story itself. The Nice Guys has some awesome performances by Crowe and Gosling, and it proves that Shane Black is still one of the best working directors we've got. Nocturnal Animals. This film is an incredible marriage of symbolism, metaphorical visuals, acting, and storytelling. And aside from all that, Nocturnal Animals taught me to seek out conversation on film, even if it's not necessarily readily available. This film made me think outside the box, and it made me stretch my imagination of what I could do as a filmmaker personally. So I can't wait to see what Tom Ford does next. Arrival. Arrival is absolutely incredible. It used a science fiction backdrop to teach the audience more about humanity than any other film this year. And the storytelling in this film is some of the most complex and intricately intertwined storytelling that I've ever seen, to be honest. It's absolutely amazing, the things they're able to pull off. Arrival's directed by one of my favorite directors, Denis Villeneuve, and in this film, he does some truly next level stuff that is absolutely genius. The Lobster. The Lobster is a very disturbing, heartfelt look at what love is, what it means, and how it adapts to the times. The Lobster is an awesome A24 film that beat out Moonlight for my second favorite of theirs for the year. The Lobster is a great film that not too many people saw, and it kept me engaged and laser focused the entire way through. Swiss Army Man. Swiss Army Man is my favorite film of 2016. After I saw the film, I made a video on the things that movies can do to us, and it made me really rethink the way I go about making my own films. It's a film that made me rethink the way I do things, and it's absolutely worth my praise. Aside from that, Swiss Army Man has a really awesome, intimate, personal theme about the idea of the things that we let people see that we think are okay to showcase, and the things that we hide that we think are ugly and we don't want anyone to see. Swiss Army Man is a victory for cinema. It's a victory for independent cinema, and it's a victory for anyone looking for a transcendent, profound film with a lot of fart jokes in it. And when a film does what Swiss Army Man did to me, it absolutely needs at least a look at for my favorite of the year. What Swiss Army Man did to me is the reason I go to movies, the reason I watch movies, the reason I make movies. And any film that showcases that as perfectly as Swiss Army Man did is absolutely my favorite of the year. Let me know down below in the comments what your favorite movie of the year was. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw here, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. This has been a Runaway Brain production, and I'll see you guys next time.